Was it went well.
Good,
It
good,
went
good.
well. Yeah.
Okay. We are on. We are recording.
Awesome.
All right. So, this will be like the only part where I act like a host.
Okay.
This is the Dearly Deep Hearted podcast. And we have a guest. Y'all know I love it when we have guests, so I don't gotta just sit here and talk to myself. If you notice, the episodes have been a little shorter because I'm just not as crazy as I thought I was. But yeah. So today we have Chanel, and
Drum roll, please.
yeah, I could. Hey, I could have did the
I didn't
drum
get a
roll.
drum
I
roll.
got the sound effects for you. Let me see if I downloaded it on the phone. I know I got it on the iPad because
Yes.
I used sound effects on my on another podcast that I do too, but yeah, you know. Anyway, boom, boom, boom. Is that how it go? No, that's the that's the one.
There
Chanel.
it goes.
Okay. So I'll bring up the sound effects before we get off of here. Maybe if you say something cool, then I'll give you some good ones. So Chanel, aka the rich auntie, clap it,
The rich aunt. Yes, yes,
rich
yes.
aunt, clap it up.
Yeah.
So that's honestly one of the first things I wanted to ask about
Okay.
is why rich aunt. I think I got some some of my own answers, but
Okay.
because I've heard the term, but go
Yes, I
ahead,
feel like everyone's heard the term,
of course.
and it started out saying like everyone has a rich aunt.
Yeah.
That we can fall back on. And we all have our own definition of what our rich aunt is to us and what makes a rich aunt,
Yes.
which I feel like is a challenge for the brand. Like being able to reach such a broad audience.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, so rich aunt, I don't know, I feel like I've always kind of lived the lifestyle of traveling and like your classic rich aunt. But as far as the brand goes, the direction is more as like what makes you rich. When you say rich aunt, you feel like you hear like, oh, she's got money, she's traveling, she's doing all this. It's about money and like wealth. Um, but what we really want to talk about is like what makes you rich? What makes you rich?
Mm-hmm.
Are you rich in spirit? Are you rich in knowledge? Are you rich in travel? Like what greases your gears? You know what I mean? Like what are you able to share with the next generation?
Yes. Yes.
So yeah,
So is that how deep it goes?
it
Because
goes. I mean,
because
hey,
because my
it does. It
definition.
goes that deep. And so again, it's like trying to express that on like as many platforms as possible. Like to reach our audience. Like I said, everybody has a rich aunt. So
Yeah.
um, we want to represent that.
I don't talk to my rich aunt. she
And
got
that's okay.
she got too rich. Nah. So my definition of rich aunt is not to make it more serious, but my definition of the rich aunt is someone who's proclaiming to stay an aunt and continue to live that beautiful life. Is that somewhere in the realm for now, or is that like a permanent thing for you?
Um, no, yeah, I feel like that's, I mean, we all have the option.
Yes.
Um, and I don't know, I feel like you can't really put boundaries on your options. So
Lovely.
if I can't really predict, what's going to come. I'm just happy where I am right now.
No, I like that. I actually like that answer because the term that, again, like when I've always heard it, it's always been, it's been a funny but also kind of like a term that's
Yeah,
basically
and
saying,
sometimes like even negative, like you always hear
yeah,
like the
negative.
drunk aunt at Thanksgiving, or
Exactly.
like
The bougie one, the one that don't really
single not
rock with
because she
people.
wants to be, or like
Exactly.
can't have kids not just because she doesn't want to. It's like there's always something wrong.
Exactly.
um
And
and
that's more
and
what I was
as
thinking.
yeah, exactly. And I feel like as a community, as we like start to talk more about like women's rights and things like that, it's like topics like this come up, like, yeah, it's okay to just not have kids just because I want to. Like, it is a culture. It's, you know, it's a shift in the culture, but it's a lot of people's reality.
Yeah. No, I agree, and I'm totally with that. So a lot of times on my podcast, stories that are very similar or familiar,
Mm-hmm.
I always go back to that one person. We talked briefly about it yesterday. So my ex is actually that rich aunt. So again, that's the crazy, attraction, right there is not like, oh, I saw a bunch of like her and you or anything like that, because me and you obviously we just met, we just talked briefly or whatever yesterday, but the rich aunt thing or whatever is her, and she was kind of like a person who didn't necessarily not want kids. It was
Mm-hmm.
again pretty much the same thing, like it just hasn't happened yet, you know what I'm saying? And she wasn't like vying for it, like, no, this has to happen. She's good making her money, she travels, she does her thing pretty much or whatever. So I have no problem at all with the rich aunt at all. I think it's lovely. I think it's
Thank
free.
you.
It's free. I was listening to a song today because I watched this guy. Always shout him out sometimes. Well, always and sometimes doesn't really go together. But I watch him on YouTube, No Life Shack. So he was listening to. He does reaction videos. So he had a song called Free Bird or whatever. And he listened to Leonard Skinner's Free Bird today, and I was just like, man, yeah, the lyrics are more so about a breakup, and he like, I'm about to go do my thing, you know what I'm saying? My bad, but I
Mm-hmm.
gotta live. But I think that definitely applies to like free spirits, you know what I'm saying? And I can see that is you, like, wholeheartedly, 100%. You do not let like life tie you down. You know what I'm saying? Just the fact that I don't want to talk about your profession unless you say
Thank
so,
you.
but you get around. You know what I'm saying? Like, you do your thing, and I think that's beautiful because, like me,
That kind of like sounds a little saucy.
no, it's tight. Like, no, it's amazing because, like, I'm not really a traveler, and I want to travel. Like, I really want to travel.
Yeah.
I've just never really had the opportunity to like get out like that or whatever. Um,
Yeah.
so I want to start doing that too. I've only been to like we talked yesterday. I've been to New York. I've been to
Mm-hmm.
obviously Los Angeles. If you're in California, you've been to Los Angeles and Las Vegas. I've been to
Mm-hmm.
North Dakota, and that pretty much is it.
Ooh, North Dakota.
Yeah, but it was.
Fun.
I mean, well, what was fun about North Dakota when you went? I was just visiting a college friend. Yeah,
Oh.
tell me what your experience was. We was at college, and I remember going to a bar, and that's literally it. I didn't even drink then, so
Oh.
yeah.
Well, I drove across the country
Mm-hmm.
twice now, and one
Same.
of the when I was going from east to west, I wanted to stop in the Dakotas like
Nice.
badly,
Yeah.
and it was winter, and so it was like not cute at the time. So I was like, let me just stay a little bit
Same.
further south. But the Dakotas sound like so much fun. I would love to do that. I started traveling. I've always loved to travel. Besides the current my
Mm-hmm.
current profession right now.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I was traveling. I mean, I got my passport like ASAP. I was like
Nice.
Bermuda, Aruba, like Spain, Italy. I mean,
Don't go to
I
Italy
was
now.
like in my like 20s, like, and a lot of it was by myself. I went to Iceland.
Wow.
Um, yeah, like, and so just to add, you know, a little bit of sweetener to the sauce, it's like I get to do this now also for a living.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you did it right. You did it right. You
Yeah,
you went for
I
the
did.
you went for the dream and the goal, and you said, this is what I'm gonna do, and you
Yeah,
make money
and
off doing it.
so
That's what's
yeah,
up.
so I had done a lot of international travel, and so to be able to travel to, you know, the United States and get to see different states was like really important to me,
Yeah.
which is why I opted to drive a couple of times as opposed to just fly,
Mm-hmm.
um, because yeah, because I feel like I always hear people say like, I wish I would want to drive cross country, and I've said it myself.
Mm-hmm.
So when the opportunity came, I was like, how you gonna act?
No,
Like,
yeah,
what's
but
up? So I like packed everything in my apartment, whatever could fit. I bought a new car,
mm-hmm.
and whatever could fit in my car, I was
You was out.
gone.
Yeah. No, when I went to North Dakota, it was a cross country trip as well, driving
You
from
have
California.
to if you're
Yeah.
going to the Dakotas.
Yeah, we were bringing
And first of
my
all, the
boy's
flights are
car.
ridiculous. Have you ever looked at a flight from like JFK to?
No. No.
That thing is like $800 sometimes. I
Wow.
promise you.
Man, talk about flights. Like, I've literally wasted 2 flights in my life. Years
Ooh,
ago,
I have to go.
see, no, for real,
I'm
no.
nauseous.
Years ago, like I was working with this lady, and she pretty much became like obsessed with me. But before she became
I
obsessed with
mean,
me,
I love a good obsession.
hey, I'm not. Hey,
When
I might be obsessed right now.
does the
So
story get bad? Because
yeah,
so far we're talking about
flights and
the free
obsessions.
flights. Like,
No, I wasn't mad at her then, but
be
like
obsessed with me.
I might be obsessed now, but we're not gonna go there just yet. But so she
Okay,
ended
wait.
up not.
Stay in the story. Stay in the story. Stay in
All
the
right,
story.
I'm gonna say the story. So basically, we worked together, and she pretty much she stopped working at our
Oh
our
my
place of
gosh.
business, and she she was older, by probably by like 10 years at the time,
Mm.
and I guess I must have charmed her because she was like, all right, I'm buying you a flight. She straight up bought me a flight. She moved back to New York, where
I
she was
love
from,
when
actually.
men think they be charming people.
Hey, I'm not.
You're not the first male to have. You're not the first man that I've heard say that, and I just
Hey,
find it so
well,
funny.
that's a commonly used
Me too.
term. What else? I don't want to say wooed her, or like I was just being
No,
me.
I mean, but like you sound confident as hell.
Oh, I'm
I
100%
believe
confident.
you.
I have no confident issues whatsoever.
No, I believe you. You probably yes.
Yeah, that's not one of my weaknesses.
Okay.
And so
Jesus.
basically, yeah, she bought me a
I
flight. She
love
was
it.
like, "I'm buying you a flight, to New
Ooh.
York to come see
So
me."
how you feel about that? Hold on.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's take a pause right
Go
here.
ahead, go ahead.
How do you feel? Hold on.
Mhm.
I have a lot of emotions right now because we started out the story with you.
Yeah.
You gave up a free flight, which I was like initially hurt, but now
I'm
that
so
like
sorry.
now we're getting to the meat of it. Now I need to know
I
like
don't do it on
how do you
purpose.
feel about a woman flying you out?
Okay, at the time I think I was like 26. I
This is
was,
incredible. The universe. Hello.
yeah. It, I,
Go ahead.
I was about 26 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like, the job that we had ended up ending because they was fraudulent. I didn't know, so that's a whole nother story. But anyway, so once I stopped working,
You be having the sauciest
oh, I got some stories.
situations.
I got
Oh
some
my
stories.
gosh.
I definitely got some stories. But
Oh.
so what happened was I reached out to her to let her know, because like I said, she was a little older, so I was like, you never gonna believe what happened. But I started flirting with her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just started flirting with her because she was always like somewhat of interest when we
Wait,
worked.
so you're 20?
I'm 38 now.
Oh no, I'm saying at the time,
Then I was about 25, 26. Yeah.
and she was.
She was probably like 35, 36, something like that.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Okay.
I couldn't imagine it so much now, but
Yeah, like
looking back. But I've also always, before I turned 38, like back in my 20s, like I always loved like older women. Like that was like my thing. That's a whole nother story again. But
I mean, I was just gonna say the same thing. I was like, so let's talk about how it's a thing, and
it's
like,
I could, before I forget, but no, yeah, like I remember the first time, like two situations where I ended up like kind of like talking to like older women at a very young age. When I was probably about 16, I went to the, well, this is gonna sound bad actually. I went to the R. Kelly concert, the Download concert.
oh my god,
And this was
oh my
pre-trial.
god,
This was pre-first time around.
oh,
And so we sitting in the crowd. I'm with my best friends, right? I'm with my best friends, and we just in the crowd, just rocking, just dancing, because his dad worked for the radio station, so he got us tickets. So we in the crowd chilling or whatever. We end up sitting. We didn't have real tickets. We just had backstage passes. So we pretty much was like, we gonna sit
oh,
wherever
we
we
didn't
want.
have real tickets.
Yeah, we really didn't. We just could get backstage and like do whatever we want to do. So we sat, and where we saw some seats. We ended up sitting next to these like beautiful women, and they just happened to be older. And I'm 16. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. I may not even been 16. I might have been 15. But they just started flirting with us, and I remember just sitting there and then just feeling a hand like touch my butt, like
Oh,
like she grabbed a whole chunk full, and I jumped up, like I was like, whoa, like what's going on? But the lights came on for the next set. We ended up dancing and everything, and that was probably like my first time. So this is how stuff works. So by the time I was like 17 or 18, going on 18, I remember it was like our last day of
you were
school.
ready.
I was ready. Last day of school, we ended up going to. I live in California, so we went to Oakland and we went to like the pier or whatever. We went to like this restaurant and everything. And I saw some lady. It was just like out of a movie. This lady was just sitting across, the restaurant by herself. And I definitely walked over to this grown woman and just had a conversation with her. And of course, she told me, I'm too young, blah 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 blah. I was basically not even fresh out of high school, so But since then, like I've had like many situations where women just happen to be older than me, and that's where I ended up going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
I don't
anyway,
feel like I hear it often, but I do like I have talked to people about that
you
as far
got
as like men.
you got
I feel
younger
like
dudes
girls
after
talk
you.
about it all the time.
You got younger dudes after you.
Now, okay, I'm really not gonna. Now, yes, in
See,
my late 30s, I was like, what? How old are you? I find myself like, what the hell?
see, I was
But
I was
but
about to be
yes,
like, you're
I'm
not even
like, what?
old. You talking
What do
about
you
late
say?
30s? You talking about? I really honestly, from your pictures and videos, I really thought that you
What
were
did you
like.
just say?
I thought you were still in your 20s.
Oh no. Oh, by the way, hi, my name is Chanel.
Yeah, see, you
I'm
just told on
35
yourself.
years
You're an old
old.
lady for real.
Um,
you
no, I'm 35. I'm
okay?
heavily into my 30s at this point.
All
I'm
right,
heavy in it.
all right. Same here.
35. Come on.
Me too. I love it. I love it.
I know a thing or two.
Know
You
a
know what
thing
I
or two.
mean?
Got it. Got it.
But yes, no, recently, yes. I don't know why. Actually, I'll tell you the first time it was like concrete. I was like, oh, you are like, you like this.
Yeah.
I'm 32. He was 22. And I
Yeah.
remember thinking, like, no, what?
See, it's
He's a
me. I'm
child.
gonna tell you, I think my attraction, honestly, it was like, okay, obviously I wasn't at the
He
time.
was cute. But I was like, still, at 22, I was like, young man.
Yeah,
Hmm.
but I think the attraction is the fact that we look at it like we're not established. You know what I'm saying? So we're not actually looking. We're not like, oh, she's established, so she can help me out or nothing like that. But a lot goes through our
We looking
heads.
like the rich aunt.
You looking
Looking
like the
like
rich
I.
aunt. Like I remember, like when I was 26, I did end up dating. No, when I was 24, I ended up dating someone who was 30 at the time, and she,
24, 30.
like, she had it like going on. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
college graduate, she was full into her career. Nice apartment. Around the lake out here and everything.
Yeah.
And she was just like, oh my gosh, to me. You know what I'm saying? But the feeling that I felt was like, if this older established woman, even at 30, that's still kind of young, but she was pretty, well on her way. But I was like, this older established woman shows interest in me. That means I must be on the right track. Like I'm doing something good. I'm doing something right. She sees potential or something. She believes in me enough to have me as her partner. And you know what I'm saying? And it fizzled out after a while, because of me being young, which reminds me of a movie. I don't know if you ever saw a movie called Prime. I watched that
No.
movie and I cry. It's with Uma Thurman and some young guy that was in the movie. I don't remember the actor, but it's a really good movie called Prime, and pretty much the same thing played out. It pretty much just showed like when the young dude gets with the older woman, we're thinking, we're just like all about the fun and everything, but when it gets real, it's like we're like, okay, wait, like I got to do what now? You know what I'm saying? Like this is a little serious for me, so we fumble. You know what I'm saying? And the older woman has to pick up the slack, kind of thing. But so yeah, if you date a younger dude, I'm not saying give him a few extra chances or anything like that, but just know he's young. Just remember he's
Give
young.
them a few extra chances.
I'm not saying do that. I'm just saying remember that he's young. He's still got a young mind.
Okay, and he
That's
should
it.
remember that I'm older than him. Like that doesn't mean anything if you're already together.
That's true.
I'm not gonna remember that you're young. I'm gonna remember that you're you,
That you're you.
and you should not need to be reminded. Okay.
Okay. So back to my New York story. So anyway, basically what ended up happening is she bought the flight. I just never made it out
Right,
there.
all the way back to the beginning.
All the way back. But I never made it out there. Because she got a little crazy. And I was like, if I do use this flight, it's not gonna be to see you. So
Oh my gosh.
and I back then and then I was working, so I got busy and then, I just never ended up going. Another time I had a job interview during the same week I was supposed to go to like some business conference or whatever with my previous job. So anyway. So moving right along, I wanted to talk to you, like I told you yesterday, because I had just done an episode about flirting. Mm-hmm. And all of these questions just came to mind after we talked. So, first off, what are some of your tactics for flirting? Because in your post, it was like you didn't know how to flirt.
You want me to give up the bat. Okay.
Yeah, just give me a little taste. Talk about me being a charmer.
I don't know. I am like socially awkward, so when I post stuff about me flirting, like that is true life. And like if something had happened to me that day, I was like trying to be coy and it didn't work.
It didn't work.
It was like it backfired, I think. But he played it off. I mean, I'm just awkward in general, I think.
But
so my tactics on a man. Okay, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm into you. I don't know.
Sound like you don't have no tactics. You're just yourself.
I don't. No, yeah, because I feel like I need whatever it's like a vibe.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. That was like not original at all, but
no,
it is. It's like I feel like I have to interact with you to like know what your energy. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah. No, I can feel it.
I don't know if that's coming out right, but
that's why I had to save you from that question.
Like each piece is unique, so each flirt is unique. You know what I mean? It'll be unique to you. If I'm flirting with you, it's something on a level that you and I connect on.
Yeah, you're just being you. It's more of a natural like thing, and that's more like me too. Like, and I said this before on another podcast. So I listened to Neil Strauss. He was a professional pickup artist. That wasn't his real job, but
pickup artist?
Yeah, there's like a whole underground thing with pickup artists and like guys that really learn all of these tactics, including manipulation, hypnotism, all kinds of stuff that will almost guarantee them to get a girl, pull them from the club wherever, whatever. So yeah, so it's a real thing. I mean,
there's a movie like that, no? With
who is it? What is it?
With Ryan Gosling.
Oh, I need to see that.
Right? Where he's and also Hitch, isn't Hitch?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Hitch. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So in the book, he basically said, and my last guest I talked to this about, she didn't fully agree, but one of his
I'm eating cashews.
Oh no, go ahead, eat, have fun. But one of his tactics, well not tactics, but one of his words of advice was, do not approach a woman unless she looks at you and kind of like smiles.
Gives you the okay.
Yeah, and gives you the okay. Like if and like that works. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I don't like rejection. So a lot of times I was already doing that. You know what I mean? But this kind of like just defined it. So if I look towards a woman and she turns her head, or she don't continue to look back at me, then I'm like, well, I'm not gonna talk to you. So I could be wrong, maybe she's shy or whatever, but the only time I talk to, like approach a woman nowadays is if she's actually giving off that same vibe, like she's smiling or whatever. So, that's just that or whatever. But so I feel like you don't really necessarily have a tactic. It's just more natural with you.
Yeah, I feel like it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
like, but I guess to say that, I guess to give you like an idea of how I would talk to a person first. Like, I'm not always like the wallflower.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I will talk to a person first, or like bump into you, or like I've definitely done like the walk past. You
Yeah.
know,
You've done the walk past?
yeah, I might be a little bit of a peacock.
I like, see, and that's another term. See, you might have read this. That's another term from the book is peacocking. So that's when a
See,
dude purposely
I'm a
dresses up
genius.
and, is like almost flamboyant, might wear some red
Mm.
boots and just
Oh, that's
jeans.
me.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? And then
Yeah,
it may
I'll
look
piss off
silly,
the
but it
crowd.
gets noticed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, continue. I like to hear this.
Oh. No, yeah, it's basic. There's nothing. It's a basic with a little bit of flair.
Yeah.
I feel like I said in the right situation, the right energy. When the vibes are high.
Yeah. I think you would like joke. I think you like to play around and like joke. I think as soon as the guy like notices that, not that you're interested but that you're paying attention,
Hmm.
then I think that peacocking goes to another level. I think you'd be the type that would say something funny at a bar.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. That's
Even though my mom definitely just told me yesterday that I'm not funny, or no, she said she just said or something. Yeah, she definitely said I'm not funny, and I
she
was like,
said you're
"What?" She's like, "You were funny," or some something like that.
she's
I was
like,
like,
well, you're
"Wait,
not no
I am
more.
funny."
No, I think you got. It's not so much about being funny. I think it's more so just about being
Lighthearted.
lighthearted. It's about having some humor to your personality or whatever. Like
Yeah,
everybody
I
not a
guess I was just
comedian.
gonna say that too, like not taking myself so
Yeah,
seriously.
yeah. No, that's fun. So how do you receive flirting? Like when a guy approaches you, do you get nervous?
Oh, let me just say also, I feel like one of my tactics might be to make the guy feel comfortable.
Ooh, that's me. Yeah, that's me.
I feel like if I feel like there's a vibe or like, you know what I mean? Like I would be the one to like not set the mood, but you know what I mean? Like set him up for I'll let you talk if what do you want me to do? Like spill something on you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, not necessarily
See,
like that, but like I would, or like that, I would just say a joke and like get him to smile and like make him feel comfortable and it's okay. I won't bite. I can talk to, like, you know what I mean?
that is so weird that you say that because again, I try to read a lot. So when I was like, I'm about to become this, you know, just great person because I've always been told I'm nice. I've always been told I'm a good person. I was like, I want to be great, and that's what I teach my son is to be great.
Okay,
So
yes.
you know what I'm saying? Like, good is one thing.
Yes.
Nice is another. Nice used to actually be a word that actually meant fool back in the old days, like the really old days, like with the kings and all that. But
Really?
yeah,
Okay.
nice was not necessarily. It didn't mean you did good things. It meant that you were kind of like slow. But
Mm.
anyway, so in this one book I was reading, they talked about because you mentioned spill something on you. I know you were joking, but they mentioned going into a job interview or something like that and like tripping over the threshold. You know what I mean? Because then they feel almost obligated to you to be nice or like lower the mood or like spill like if they offer you water, like spill a little bit on yourself to look, make them think like, oh wow, wipe it off you to get you all, like but to butter them up a little bit so they can be
Mm.
on your side kind of thing. So it's a lot of manipulation out there. I actually thought about doing that when I got my most recent job. I was like, I wanted this job so bad. I was like, if they offer me coffee, I'm pouring it on my shoe. But I didn't, and I still got the job because yeah, I used other tactics. I hope they never listen. Um,
Okay,
so
Trappers Anonymous.
hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. At least I didn't lie on my resume. Um, so so you make the guys like feel a little bit more like comfortable or whatever. What if a guy comes to you that's not really attractive?
What if what?
What if a guy comes to you that's not really attractive? Does he get the same play and then he don't?
Wait, I mean, like not attractive to me,
Like I'm talking. Okay, so that's the thing about women.
or
I
like
think women like ugly dudes. First off, y'all like
I
y'all
don't
some ugly
know.
dudes. Cause I be seeing some stuff, but
uh,
we don't gotta go there. But yes,
okay, I mean,
if he's physically not attractive to you, but he has the confidence to walk up to you and say, "Hello, my
yeah,
name
I'm
is."
engaging. Yeah,
Okay, you're gonna.
I don't know if it's like. I mean, but again, like I couldn't tell you, but
Uh-huh.
I'm engaging.
You're not just
If
gonna.
your spirit was moved to be kind to me, yeah, I'll
That's
give you.
amazing. I think no, I think that's amazing. Cause I think I'm in the middle. So it's
Of what?
I'm in the middle of I look great and I don't. That's what because
Okay.
I get a lot of women who will be like, "Oh my gosh, like you're so." They don't say you're fine. You know what I'm saying? They
Mhm.
say more like you're so handsome. Like that was I remember one time like my ex, she was just like you're like she's always right, hey handsome, like you're so handsome. That was always the thing. So I think that's a little bit more of a distinguished title, but
Mhm.
I get it like even like at work, you know what I'm saying? Like
You
you know
mean
you
you don't get like
but I don't.
complimented on like how attractive you are?
I get when I've had women tell me they like my ears before, like they like they wish they
Oh
had
my
my
god.
eyelashes. Like I've had like all kinds of like compliments like that. But
Oh
they
my
love my
god. I'm
beard.
trying to think like what do I get complimented on?
Yeah.
Um hmm. I wish you know how people always say like what's your favorite body part? Like I love my eyes and I don't feel like I get any recognition.
Really?
It's usually like just my face in general or
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I want my ears though.
Yeah, my ears.
No. Ears have been a thing.
I mean my
I
eyes
like
like
that.
eyelashes. Like I've been complimented.
I like that. That's what I'm saying. Like, please say you like my eyelashes. Like that
Yeah.
means you're looking at me. Not not like that, but like you're in my face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like into someone.
Noticing more than just what's like right in front of you. Like when I was a
Yes,
kid,
like you know what I mean? Like note that I have 3 freckles on my. You know.
I'm gonna be looking. Nah, when I was when I was growing up, I was told that women always pay attention to shoes. Is that still true for you at least? Because I'm not even really a shoe person.
Okay, yes, no, that's a thing. It
Okay,
may not be the first thing, but I definitely check.
okay,
And I'm not checking for like anything in particular other than like, does it make sense?
yeah.
If it makes sense, we can talk about it. You know what I mean? If it doesn't make sense, like I don't have time to help you. You know what I mean?
Like if you just got on some old, dirty Jordans, but a nice
Does it
outfit,
make sense though?
you
Like,
like that
are
don't make.
like what year are they from? Where did we
See,
get
yeah.
them from? How long have we had them?
See,
Like,
I'm not a shoe person. The last
mhm.
pair of shoes that I got was my mom gave them to me because she's a avid church goer. So some of the like
Oh my
the
god.
churchmen gave her like, but they're nice. They're really nice. Like they're like barely worn, fantastic looking shoes. I get compliments on them basically. That's how like clean they are. You know what I'm saying? Like some really nice because I'm in the professional world. So I always wear dress shoes anyway.
Uh
So
huh.
me myself, I don't really care or buy them.
Yeah.
The pair before those, not to bring her up again, but I do this because of the podcast. My ex bought them. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't. I'm just really not into like shoes like that. But I
Hmm.
know they are important
But listen,
to
like,
women.
I could own one pair of red Vans
Yeah, yeah.
and be okay. Like it,
I'm
it
good with the
doesn't. I'm
Vans.
not talking about the quantity. It's like, does it make sense? Like
Yeah,
a red van makes sense with a lot of different options.
yeah. No, Vans, Converse are my favorite shoes. That and
Yeah,
the old school Iversons.
I'm a. Okay,
I love the
I'm a
Reeboks.
Vans gal.
That's what's
The
up.
Converse are, you know what? Recently, I did try on a couple of pair, but I just feel like the Van has so much more support for the foot. You know, the
Vans have
Converse
more
is
support.
very thin.
Yeah, that ankle. That
And
ankle.
that loosey goosey ankle, you
That
know?
ankle is, yeah, you're right, you're right.
But I do like the style. Like they just, I don't know, on Hype Beast or whatever they're called. They just dropped like an all rubber pair that were like super, like they had like the grip was very thick.
Nice. Might have to check those out.
So like something like that, it's a little more substantial.
Next time you come to California, let's go Converse and van shopping. I
Okay.
think I can handle that.
Converse and van shopping.
Yeah, I think I can handle that because them shoes, the most you might get $98.
Oh, we're talking about how much they are. Don't do that.
No, I'm just saying, they got a good price tag is all I'm saying, but
No, Vans, hello. And if you go to the outlet, they're
yeah,
like $20,000. I
exactly.
love a good van.
No, me too. Like that was actually I had some Converse actually. They had there's a very weird graphic on the inside. Like it was like a rose on the side. They were black, and they have like a golden rose like on the side. I never looked them up. I should have, but and then it would have like on the inside it had like this. I'm not. It looked like it was Jesus on the inside of on the sole. I don't know why, but it was. You know how they make like the cartoon Jesus, like the thumbs up Jesus. I didn't know that when I bought them, but after a while I looked and I was like, why is like
That's
Jesus
so funny.
in my shoe?
Why is Jesus? I mean,
And now he's faded, so I feel bad.
oh my gosh.
I feel kind of bad. But all right. So moving right along. I want to know. This might be kind of like off the subject. First, I'm gonna make a disclaimer. So I'm recording this for my YouTube channel. Also, that's
Okay.
why I was asking you about FaceTime.
Okay.
So it looks like I have a chair next to me with my iPad sitting there,
Okay.
and your face was supposed to be in it. It's okay that it's not, but
Oh
so
no.
it's totally fine. It's totally fine. I wanted you to be comfortable. But I'm just making that disclaimer because it looks like there's like an empty body in the chair with an iPad and no visual.
Oh, round two.
Round two, I got you on the round two. So moving along. So this one again, it might be a little bit off topic, but so
Ooh.
from what I told you, not off topic, but different topic. So like basically on the stuff that we talked about briefly yesterday. Have you ever been in a long distance relationship, or is that something that you could do because being that you travel a lot?
I think I could do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, talk about keeping it interesting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that it would just come from the partner. Like, I travel.
Yeah.
If you're willing to travel to me, or if I'm willing to, we're willing to make arrangements and do whatever, I think it would be fine.
Mm-hmm. No, I had no problem, even though like we weren't in the relationship in the thick of it all during that time when she moved out of the state. I was totally fine with it, and I think it really does come from that unconditional like love, like no, this is my person, and the reason why I'm with this person is because I do not want anybody else. Therefore, their temptation or whatever kind of is like it's existent, but I will not continue on with it. Like we could flirt, we could play, because you're gonna need attention. Not need, but you may want attention from
Yeah.
males or women or whatever. But to go as far as to cheat or even go on like a date seems like nah. Like you were just fun while we were walking through the park, or you were just fun while we were at work. But I'm fine with my FaceTime dates. I'm fine with talking on the weekends all day long, texting. Like I was good with that. So are you saying like that you would be okay with not seeing your partner for lengthy amounts of time, or would they have to be like once a month traveling, twice a month traveling?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, lengthy, like what, like
I would,
6 months
I
or
was,
like in
I
3 months
mean,
at a time?
we can go
I mean,
six
because I feel
months.
like once a month is pretty lengthy.
Yeah,
I
once a
think
month.
for most people, 2 weeks is lengthy.
No, I agree. I agree. But yeah, so
So
we could go
you're
to
a
the
champion
extreme.
if you can do it once a month. Like, you're a champion.
So let's go to the extreme. Yeah, like say for instance, like for whatever reason, you haven't seen the person you committed to for 6 months. What's going on in those 6 months
With myself,
with yourself? Yeah, how are you feeling?
um, like, are you asking me like if I would cheat or like how I would feel?
Yeah, if like, what do you think you cheat? How you would feel?
I don't think I would cheat.
Okay.
This is all very dependent on my partner. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if the distance is between us, but we have access to FaceTime and the mail and, our cell phones and our email and Amazon, it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you know, if you're doing everything you're supposed to, I don't have to have you physically here. Like,
Yeah. No, I'm.
I think I could do 6 months. Um,
Wow.
That's just me. If it's a bomb relationship, like,
Yeah.
and we can just be on the phone and we can just talk shit or
Mm-hmm.
we can just, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
keep it exciting. If you're willing to be as creative as I am,
Yeah. No, I
that
think.
should be fun as, you know what I mean? And we're in two different cities. Like, you know what I mean? We already have a place wherever we are on both ends. It's like,
Yeah. No, I think
it's
that's
fun.
amazing. I honestly, I think that's
It could be fun.
amazing, and that is like that's where my mind frame, like was, and like that's where it's always been. Like I said before, like if it's a real genuine love, like yes, you're gonna miss that person, extremely, but it's not gonna be to the point where you're like, well, you're not here, so I'm gonna just go do this, and that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's like no,
I
this is
think
a
there's a
maybe
lot
a
that goes
test.
into it for both, for
Yeah,
both parties.
yeah,
Even down to like the person who has to make the decision to go,
yeah. No, I 100% like agree with that. Like,
aka me. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, hey,
But
you
I mean,
you get around.
oh my God, stop!
Not like
It
that.
sounds terrible the way you're putting.
I didn't even mean. I
This
caught
is like
myself.
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
I caught myself.
Please,
I totally
I
caught
need to put
myself.
this to curb music ASAP.
I never watched
I
that
do not
show.
get around. I travel for work and I enjoy traveling for leisure. Like, you
Okay,
know what I
so
mean?
okay, real talk. You do
Uh-huh.
travel for work. and
Yes.
and you are like I don't use this
A
word.
professional.
You are a
I'm just,
professional. I
it just
don't.
sounds terrible because we're not saying what I do.
Uh, hey, she's
And
good. She's a professional.
oh my God,
She's good
just
out here.
stop.
Um.
Just stop the bleeding.
So what
Just
I'm.
stop it.
So what I'm gonna say is, like, you are all of that, and I don't use this word
Ooh.
lightly. I think you're a very attractive, beautiful young woman, right? So I know that every city, town, state you go to, there has to be somebody that's like blown away by you. So, do you have like one or two people across the country who you have
Oh my
considered dating?
goodness.
Seriously?
Wait, what's the question?
Have you had? I mean, do you have like one or two, maybe even three guys that you consider dating that are like across the country?
Yeah.
Woo! That's the sauce right there. See, now that is the honest truth. That is, see, and I guess that like speaks volumes to
I
me
mean,
because
it's.
no, go
Oh, go
ahead.
ahead.
No, you go.
No, carry on. I want to hear what
I'm
you're
saying,
saying.
okay, it speaks volumes to me because it's like I believe what I've heard. Like women always have options. We always feel like we may be like the one for this person, but at the same time, it's like I may be talking to two or three people. You may be talking to like 2 or 3 people, and we both might be thinking the same way, like, nah, she really into me. She don't got nobody else. Like, she's missing me right now. She not going on no dates when she leave me. No, none of that. Like, it's just me. Even though we out here, I won't say doing dirt, but even though we out here actually, doing whatever it is we doing, we still think like, nah. But I guess if you don't say that it's a committed relationship, then your smart mind has to say like, no, of course she's talking to other people. You know, that was a theme that kind of, never really hit. It didn't really hit me until I was actually told that. You know what I'm saying? That no, I'm in another state. Yes, I go on dates. So no, I think, but now I look at that coming from you, and I'm like, no, I think that's what's up. That's how it should be, right? Like you should line them up and knock them down.
Oh my gosh. No, let's rewind.
Okay, explain your
You
version.
said that I guess you said, would I have like interactions with other people? Like, I don't know. It's hard to, let me get my words here because I guess.
Take your time.
No, like, how do we put this delicately? Like, everyone's definition of dating is different, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So, as far as like connections with people and relationships, yes. As far as like other things, no, not across the country. Not line them up and knock them down. That's not the name of the game.
So no grown up stuff.
No grown up stuff.
Are you saying
I'm
that or just
single,
one
and
person?
yes, I would. I love to go on dates. I don't go on a lot. I'm like dating myself heavily, um, so which makes it fun because then when I do go on a date, I'm like, yeah, you know what I mean? Because I set the bar high for myself. I like what I like.
Yeah.
So it makes like dating interesting and kind of like gives me a head start. And so like, cause sometimes you date people and you think you're on a vibe and then like you turn out you're like, you're not on a vibe.
Mm-hmm.
So it
No.
like speeds that up for me because I'm like, I already know what I like. So like the more I get comfortable with knowing like what I like, it gets
Yeah.
easier for me to be like, not you, and not you.
Okay. I mean, I've definitely accidentally taken myself out on a few dates.
You said you've accidentally?
Yeah, because I'll go to like a nice restaurant or something like that, or like,
Uh-huh.
and really go in there and sit down, and then you realize like, oh shoot, this is like Thursday night, Friday night, date night, and you're literally sitting by yourself, and you look around
Yes.
and you see
Wait, do
everybody.
we have a table or are we at the bar?
A table, I get a nice little small
A little
booth
table.
maybe.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. I just want to make sure where we're
Yeah, order a good,
hypothetically sitting.
yeah, order a good meal, one that's going to keep you there for at least 45 minutes. And then you look around and it's like, wait, I'm the only one in here by myself. So, yeah, I've done it
Yeah.
before. I've even, like, I remember going to a sushi place one time or whatever and just sitting there and, like, oh, I'm on a date right now with just me.
First of all, sushi by yourself at the sushi bar is the
Oh,
best
yeah.
kind of date to be in.
Oh, yeah. And I feel my
Let's
face.
just clarify that.
I'm with it. And you get your sake or whatever. Sake is gross. It's actually
I mean,
nasty.
it's fermented rice.
It tastes
What do
like
you
a
want?
foot.
I mean, alcohol is gross
I mean,
in general.
it sake tastes like a foot.
Have
Like
you smelled Hennessy?
I have,
Okay.
but it didn't smell or taste like a foot.
No. Jameson?
I
That
got
stuff like,
I got Jameson right now next to me. He said hi.
he said hi.
He
Okay.
said what's up. Um, so last question, and we can go
Okay.
into other stuff, or we can end it, whatever. You can ask me questions if you want. So now that we've established that, you kind of, you may or may not like a few people, 2 or 3, interested a little bit because you travel, not get around like Tupac. Um, you see a lot of places, see a lot of faces. What happens if you fall for someone and then you find out that they do like you, but then you're not there. So they end up getting, an actual person. They end up getting into a relationship. Would you be okay with being a side person, or would you be just done? You
I
really
don't
like this
understand the
person.
question.
So you really like this person, but then you find out that they have a girlfriend now because you're not there all the time. Are you?
Wait, but like, did we talk about it, or it just like was sprung upon
Yeah,
me?
let's
Like,
say
did I make plans for
no.
2 weeks and you didn't tell me, or
Let's say you
we
talked
chatted
about it.
about this
Either
before?
or, either or. But let's say you talked about it. Let's say
Okay.
this is somebody who, let's just say, here's the scenario. 2 months ago, you meet this
Okay.
amazing guy. You guys,
Okay.
you hang out for about a week, 2 weeks.
Yes.
It's lovely. You leave,
Okay.
you still keep in touch. You get all of those texts and the phone calls and the FaceTime or whatever, and
Mm-hmm.
then you hit him up one day, and not one day. I'm gonna make this very
Oh, he
thorough.
sends you the voicemail.
No, not he sends you the voicemail. He answers the phone, but he's like, I met someone.
Oh, so okay, so this is what I'm talking about. This is sprung upon me. If
Okay,
you were
yeah,
already into something and you're like, oh, by the way, and now that's different. If
yeah.
we are not vibing and we're both like, he's like, I need this, and I'm like, I can't because right now, and then we're both like, all right, and then he starts seeing other people, like that's an emotion, but the other one is like a whole other emotion.
Well, no, I'm saying y'all good. I'm saying like there's no issues. Like it's y'all met on a Monday 2 months ago, and now it's a Wednesday 3 months later. Well, yeah, 3 months later, and
I mean, I'm leaving anyway.
he's like, I kind of met someone 2 weeks ago and we decided to make it official. Or let's say a month ago, we decided to make it official. Are you saying, okay, cool, be with her, not me? Like, you cutting them off? Or you saying, all right, well, you do your thing. And then when I come out there,
No.
what you doing?
When I come out where? Oh,
Because
no.
you gonna go to the city again one day. All right, so you cutting them off,
I
basically.
mean, no, yeah, no, I'm cutting him off.
Dang, that's hardcore. That's tough.
What?
But he still like you.
Okay, not enough.
Ooh, oh, that's a good point. That's a very good point. But in that case, like, he really likes you. He
Okay.
don't got no issues with you traveling, but somebody
Okay.
kind of sprung up. But what if he just really liked both of you?
Mm, I don't see where that's possible. And then also, he wouldn't have taken it to where, like, now I have feelings for this person if
Yeah,
he had real feelings for me. Because I get a little flirt, a little bit of the,
yeah.
you touched my dick. Like, I get all that. But it wouldn't have been further than, like,
hmm
a rub up on or something. And then, like, he would have been like, I'm busy right now.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna just insert myself into this scenario. I don't think that men are taken to be complex sometimes. I think we're looked at as kind of slow. We have emotions too. We
No,
do.
of course. Are you
And,
kidding
and
me?
no, really, because I feel
No,
like
I know.
in a situation. So there was one situation when I remember in my past relationship, my ex had moved to a different state. And the only reason, and again, I'm talking about her because again, this is recent, ending like in June. She's pretty much all I've known as far as a girlfriend, but for 10 years. But so she was gone for a little bit, and I'd seen this one woman that I had previously been, kind of talking to or whatever at a club. And before I saw her in the club, I wasn't like, oh my God, I got to hit her up again or anything like that. But I saw her in the club and I was like, dang, we already did it before. Um, my girl at the time, she like in a whole nother state because she had moved out of state for like a few months. And it was crazy because I wasn't even like, I wasn't even horny. But it was just the remembrance that we had done something in the past. So it was like, I could probably make this happen again, but instead I just walked her to her car. And I felt guilty for walking her to her car.
Ooh.
So, like, I felt, and we didn't touch, we didn't kiss or anything like that. But I still felt guilty for doing that. So I'm saying that just to say, like, if I had been in a situation that we just talked about, like, me and you were talking, and then I meet somebody else, my feelings for you are definitely 100% still there. But you're going to tell me that you will basically dump me because I started talking to somebody else.
Are y'all sleeping together?
Ooh, that's another one, huh?
And were we sleeping together?
We was all doing the grown up.
We was all, wait, the three of us were all doing the grown up?
Not all together, but I
not
mean,
together,
that
but
could
like,
be arranged, but I'm saying.
Not all together.
Not all together. That could be arranged, but.
Fried eggs, not scrambled.
Exactly. It's you were out here, like I said, maybe you stayed for a month and we really got into each other. And then you left for 3 months and I didn't see you again. But we're talking all the time. But then,
okay.
We never committed.
Dang.
But then I met somebody else.
We left it in the gray area.
We left it in the gray area. And
I mean, we left it in the gray area. If he meets someone, my thing is, you're not gonna see us both. It was my argument.
Got it.
That's why I was saying, like, did I know? Like, did he continue to meet this person while I'm still not in town? And then when I'm in town, it's like, hey, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was my question. If he meets someone, my heart is broken.
Really?
Especially if we were together, like, intimate.
Really? Your heart's broken? Oh my! I would feel so bad.
No.
I would feel so bad. I would dump her for you.
What?
I would just dump her for you.
I would be sad. I would not be mad. I would,
But what if you told him that? What if he tells you that, and then you tell him, you're honest. You tell him, I'm hurt, I'm sad, I'm heartbroken. I thought we had something, and then he's like,
okay. But I don't know if I would be doing all that.
That's what you gotta do, that's what I was about to say.
I don't know if I would be putting it like that.
Okay.
I would probably say, like, I love you, I'll always love you, and I'm sorry that, like, because obviously it was me that I dropped the ball, right? We're saying this is my fault.
No, it's not your fault just because you got a great job.
I'll be less apologetic, but I will still, like, make mention that, like, my bad, yo. Especially if I was, like, having, like, a damn, I fucked up. Like, if he was, like, that person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would not dump on him, like, I'm upset, and this is what, like.
But if that's your true.
No, I'll share those with myself, like. But I will tell him my feelings are hurt, like, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, that might be enough, too. That's what I'm saying. If that's your true emotions and you're really hurt by it, I think you should, don't be a wimp, you know what I'm saying? But,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, tell them how you actually really feel.
No, and I would probably cry. Like, I'm not saying I wouldn't cry. I wouldn't be, like, emo.
You're going to make me cry.
I would be so emo, like.
Make me cry off a hypothetical right now. Because we
were together, and it didn't feel like that much time between us. Like,
so what if?
No, I'm hurt.
So what if he just dumped her right there
because
I for you?
Like, I feel like the relationships I have with people, like, if you know me, like, you, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I don't have a lot of, like, tight. I don't keep, you know what I mean? So if we have, like, a thing,
yeah, and
you just up and. There's a lot of songs that would play.
Oh my god! Like, so.
Like.
So what if
song cry would just start out of nowhere?
So that would make me be like, I'm going to just dump her for you.
Forget this girl?
Yes.
Why? I would have to be like, please don't tell me it would have to be because I was emotional.
No, not because you're emotional, but because now you showed me that you like me for real.
I was gonna say I shouldn't even have to say anything. If I just walk back into the room, you should be like, "Fuck this girl."
Yeah, that's what I'm like. I'm like, man, she can kick rocks.
I shouldn't have to say anything.
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, no, like she never cried for me,
If
so
it's
I'm
just because I'm
done.
not there, so grow up.
See, you got me over here in my feelings right now. You have to make me cry. That's some real love right there. I love that.
That
But then I'm
is.
gonna tell you. But what if I'm like, but she's so cool.
Wait, who, the girl?
Yeah, what if I'm like she's so cool? You
And
would.
I would have been like, all you had to do was ask, but you did it on your own. Now it's too late.
Now it's too late.
Now it's too late.
Okay, what if?
You cannot done what was done. You cannot do what was done.
Oh my god. So
Right, exactly.
so
And
I
that's
couldn't
why you
have.
don't do shit like that because you never know. Just ask. And it
So
all boils back down to communication.
so I can't have two girlfriends.
What?
No two girlfriends, basically.
No. No two
No,
girlfriends are allowed. No.
even if she's just a filler,
What? Of what?
she's just a filler. She's
What do
basic.
you need filler for?
You know how like you got
don't
you
need
got
no filler.
temps. You know you got temps, right? People take like time off because they get pregnant or they get hurt, disability, and then
You
some
want a disability, ho?
they. But they gotta call
Oh,
in.
what?
They gotta
Where
call
do they
in.
make those?
They gotta call the temp agency to get somebody to come fill the place of the person that's not there for 2 months.
That is not a thing. Grow up.
It's not a.
Spend some time with yourself. Get
But
to know how you smell a little bit. It's
I.
like people. That's such an amazing opportunity to have a
Mhm.
long distance relationship with someone, and like to be able eventually, if it works, eventually one of y'all is gonna, you know what I mean? Someone's gonna move.
Yeah, yeah,
But like, how many times is like, I just feel like the space is so good. It's so important to have your own individual lives and then bring those lives together.
I agree.
And you can only appreciate that if you truly spend time apart. And like, if y'all live in the same city, I know. I'm like, well, I'm retired, but stage 5 clinger. Like, where
Yeah,
you at? I want to be, you know what I mean? And it's like, even if you said, I'm going to stay in, I'm not going to go see him, you going to go see him.
yeah.
You went. You just got back.
No, that's what I'm talking about. I like a good
But like
clinger.
to not be in the city, or like to not live in the same.
Yeah,
I can't drive to you real quick.
yeah.
Man, does that force you to like spend some time with Chanel? Okay.
Wow. No, like
Because
that.
it's not like I'm gonna. I mean, this is just me in particular. I mean, I do go out. I do love to get dressed up, put some party shoes on, get on out there.
Yeah,
But I do love to be home, and so like if my person's not home with me, and like I'm not, pouring the love from the love cup.
yeah. You are a lover.
I am a lover. Ooh, I am a lover.
You are, and
A good snug,
and I'm not
like a
talking about
bug in
like
a rug.
I'm not talking about like the lover like oh she's my
No.
lover. I'm talking about you are a person who loves.
Yeah, I just had that chat with myself in the car. It's funny that you said that because I was doing like a voice memo
Yeah,
and I was just telling myself like, because I was, man, I was just feeling my mood when I left work. I was happy and I was just telling myself like, dang, you're always happy when you come from work. And I just feel like it's such an exercise for me to just love on people and like pour, and
yeah,
pour out.
yeah.
And it's not like, I felt like, yeah, it just really makes me appreciate and really makes me appreciative.
No,
That is it.
that's amazing. We talked about talking to ourselves yesterday too.
We did. Look at us.
Look at
Look
us.
at us.
No, so no, like I think that's 100% like super like amazing that you look so open that is really you and you didn't like I feel like just now you weren't trying to be like super like tough like F that dude like you know what I'm saying F that N word. I normally say nigga but you sound
Oh,
really
the guy who
nice.
found another person?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I
He
like
was so
that
good.
because you didn't fake it like you said that you'd be upset you'd be hurt and yeah like that's I think a lot like nowadays I think a lot of women they take on the role of I have to be tough no matter what. And I've never been that myself. I mean,
I
I'm
have to
tough,
be
but
tough no matter what.
yeah, like you don't like a feminine woman should just be a feminine woman. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So if whatever that covers, that's good. That's cool. If it means that you can cuss somebody out and go crazy on them, that's cool too. But if you are actually hurt, then I think that's an amazing quality that you can actually admit that instead of saying like, well, I didn't care anyway. He want her, go with her. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't say those words.
No.
Yeah.
And yeah.
No, that's great. Amen. So yeah, one more thing I would like to say is there's this podcast called Horrible Decisions. Have you ever heard of that?
Mm-mm.
You don't really listen to too many podcasts, right?
No.
Okay. So there's one of the women on there. It's two women and it's like a sex positive podcast.
Mm-hmm.
They allow people to really talk about their truth and so, and it's funny. It's good stuff, good content. But there's one of the people on there, one of the women on there. Her name, well, her @name, I don't know her real name, but her Instagram name is Wheezy WTF.
Her handle.
Her handle is Wheezy WTF. Right? You
Okay.
sound like her. I'm almost feeling like you're her. The whole time I'm like, is this Wheezy?
What?
No, your voices are almost the exact same. So I would recommend you check
Ooh, I
out.
love that.
Yeah, check out Horrible Decisions. And I think she's from New York. I know they record in New York. I know she lives in New York right now. So yeah, like you sound like her. So but you're totally different than her. Definitely a different personality. What is your sign? I'm not really into that kind of stuff, but what is your sign?
Ooh, okay. I'm a Capricornus.
Capricornus.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good one.
Yeah, it's an awesome
Talk to me about it.
awesome combo I got.
Is that like the cusp kind of thing?
I'm a
Okay.
cusp, baby.
Me too. Guess what? My birthday is August 21st.
Oh,
So that's like
that's a good birthday.
that's Khaleesi's birthday too. So I'm like right by.
That was random. Did you say Khalees?
Yeah, I used to love Khaleesi so very much. Like that was my favorite person, favorite celebrity.
I thought you said Khaleesi.
Who?
I thought you said Khaleesi, like from Game of Thrones, and I'm thinking, yes, motherfucker.
I don't know.
Show.
We
And I
don't.
started thinking about Game of Thrones, and I'm like, he said Khaleesi.
I never. Somebody tried to make me watch Game of Thrones. Two people.
Oh my god.
Two people.
Khaleesi. She's the queen. Anyway, she has the white hair. The girl with
She
the white
like
hair.
one of the main
Game of
stars,
Thrones.
right?
The dragon mom.
Okay, so yeah, I seen her on the previews. I got
Oh
HBO.
my god. I was like, you got me thinking about Game of Thrones, and I was like, he said Khaleesi.
Game of Thrones over.
So random. Why did you say that?
That's over. No, but yeah, no. Khaleesi, me and her have the same birthday. I actually met her at a concert. But anyway, so
okay, hold on.
Yeah.
When did you start throwing that tidbit into the mix of like how because like when people ask me,
Yeah.
how tall are you? I'm like 5'8 3/4. Like you know what I mean? Like it's like my brother told me like when you order what's the drink, the old fashioned. It's like know how many sugar, like customize it. You know what I'm saying? So people know what the fuck. Like I pay attention to the details.
Yeah.
So I was like, when did you start adding that little tidbit into your elevator speech?
I don't do it all the time,
Okay.
but in conversation, that's like the only birthday that I remember. So she's the only one. But the reason why it meant a lot to me is because the only reason I know Khaleesi's birthday is because I was a huge, huge fan. Like she was like my favorite celebrity at one point. Like period. Like I loved her music and I was just like super into I was attracted to her. So I was like, and then when I found out that we had the same birthday, I was like, oh shoot, it's meant to be.
That's why I'm attracted to you.
Exactly. So, but I said that just to
That's
say,
fun.
that no, I'm on the cusp too. What comes? I don't claim that. I don't know what comes after Leo.
What comes after Leo?
Yeah, like the sign.
I don't know. Is it like Sagittarius?
I think it's Cancer is I think is right before.
Cancer is July.
Yeah, Cancer's before, and then
Taurus is before
see, I
that.
don't
I
even.
want to say.
I don't even.
Wait, so then
Virgo.
that's a Virgo because
So people always tell me, "Oh, you're a Leo, Virgo. You're right on." I'll be like, "I don't know none of what you're talking about. I'm not a Virgo. Don't even
you
put me
feel
in.
like you're a Leo.
I'm Leo all the way. Like, don't play me
I feel
talking
like
about
that's
no
a
Virgo.
Leo thing to like.
Exactly. Like, don't call me no
That's fun.
Virgo.
I definitely feel like I identify with both sides of my sign. I'm very like grounded and like focused and determined and stubborn, but I'm also like super chill and like flexible. You know what I mean?
No, that's awesome. No, yeah, and my son's mom was an Aquarius, so.
And I definitely made up all of those like characteristics of the signs, but that's just how I identify.
Well, I mean, Leo's, like it's the lion, obviously, the
Right.
king of the jungle. All that. That's all I'll be talking about, and a big, huge ego. All of that. That's definitely me. You pointed out the confidence. You know what I'm saying? And that's 100. Like, I got confidence, and I don't even. It's not even warranted sometimes. Like I'm on. I'm on record. I am on record saying that I think pretty much all women want me, and to some extent.
I
So
feel like we were heading down that path like a
yeah,
moment ago.
that's through the roof. That's 100%. So I don't know if the
Wow.
signs.
This is incredible.
It was reading. The reading stars. Like I
Hmm.
don't understand it completely, but the philosophers. That's what they did because they was bored.
Yes, they did.
You know.
I was just speaking of mythology. Have you
Mm.
seen the show on HBO called The Outsider?
I watched the first 3 episodes and I didn't continue because
I
the
haven't
one
finished.
you didn't finish. How many did you get in?
I think 4 or 5.
See, I'm probably around 4. The one guy, Jason Bateman, I
Hmm.
really like him, and so
Jason
when
Bateman.
he's the one they thought did the killing.
Oh yeah.
When he wasn't on it no more, I was like, I don't want to
Yeah,
watch.
that was. I
I
mean,
was like,
why
I don't
did
want
you
to
kill
watch.
him off early?
Exactly.
It was just to draw you into the
It was to
series.
draw
That's all.
you in, and he's also
I
on
feel used.
Ozark. Yeah, I felt used. He's on
Yeah.
Ozark too. So Ozark is coming out with I think season 3.
Oh
But
yeah, Ozark. Yeah.
continue. Yeah.
Well, I say that because the other night I was like catching up, so I was binging like a few episodes, and it got to the El Cuco.
Yeah.
Have you gotten there yet?
It got to who?
El Cuco.
Who is
Like they
that?
define who it is.
Nah, I didn't get that far.
Well, now you did. They
You could
define
tell
who it
me.
is, and
You could
it's
tell me.
like the basically the boogeyman. But they
Oh,
call it El Cuco. It's like the Spanish,
that's
every
the that's the dude that keep on like being in the crowd, and
uh-huh.
it's the doppelganger.
It's not. That's what I said.
Oh my
I
God!
said it's the
Continue.
doppelganger.
This sounds. I'm gonna tell you right now. The show sounds better coming from you. Continue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's not the doppelganger. So anyway, she ends up like tracing it back. I forget, I don't even know her name in the show.
Yeah.
The detective, the PI. So she traces these murders, like 3 murders back, and it's all kind of like the same thing. So she meets this woman in the jail, the lady, like they meet back in her apartment, like in the Bronx,
Yeah.
and she like cuts her some cake. Now they're having cake and coffee, and she's telling her like, when you were little, who told you? Who did your parents say was gonna come and get you if you didn't behave? And she was like, the boogeyman. Then the girl turns around. She's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. In Cuba, we do this, and she's like, it's called el cuco. So I'm like knee deep into this, right? I'm
Mm-hmm.
also just got my iPad charged. So now I'm Googling El Cuco so I can like know, oh my God, I scared myself so
What?
badly. And then 20 minutes later, I'm like heavily into Greek mythology, and because El Cuco is like related to Saturn, so like I'm looking at the like the Zeus family tree.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Can you
But I do love the stars.
can you spell El Gugo?
El Cuco,
G.
Cuco.
Oh, Cuco. I thought you were saying Guco.
Uh-huh. But like, it's also known as, every culture had their own thing. So we call it the boogeyman, they call it kuko, and then someone else calls it what's the one? Baba Yaga.
Oh yeah, yeah. There
She
was a
eats the
movie,
children.
the
So
Netflix
yeah,
movie. Yeah.
so right. Yeah.
Wow.
So then I was like not trying to put my feet down on the floor. I swear, I was like, you're a child.
No, you can't. No, that stuff is real. You can't put your feet on the ground like between like 3 and like 4 o'clock.
Do not tell me that.
Don't do it.
Oh my
You got to be
god.
really
I
brave
can't.
because if you believe something is gonna grab you, it's gonna get you.
I know.
See, that's what I'm talking
I
about.
know. And the picture, like, did you Google it? Because the pictures are quite
I'm not looking at
terrifying.
that.
But you know what I did discover? I love how, like, knowledge just comes, like, right back around and, like, kicks you.
Yeah.
So I'm, like, Googling all this stuff. And one of my favorite films is Pan's Labyrinth.
Oh my
Not the
gosh.
one with Bowie. The other one by,
Yeah, yeah,
what's the
yeah.
director's name?
The Latino guy.
Exactly.
Something
That's, like, one of my
Guillermo.
favorite movies. Like, I can watch that all the time. So have you ever seen it?
So I bought it when it first came out on DVD back in the day, and I brought it back
Why?
because I don't remember the movie at all. So I was probably hating on it.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't
No,
pay
it's a good
attention.
movie. Well, it's a subtitle, so I'm already
That too.
weak in the knees.
I'm gonna have to watch it again.
Well, anyway, when she puts the root under the bed for the baby, and then it's like an Alice in Wonderland kind of thing. She
Yeah.
goes down underground. She's into like this fantasy world. The king at the head of the table is the dude with the hands and like the fingers.
Hmm.
Come to find out, that's El Cuco.
That was the El Cuco.
That's El Cuco. This is my favorite movie, and I never knew like what the guy represent. Turns out when you Google it, it's got like the picture of him with the fingers, and I'm like, oh my god, it's El Cuco.
Did he have eyeballs on the fingers?
Yeah, on the hand. Remember he had that big
Yes.
hands?
Yes. So maybe as an adult, as an older adult, I'll watch that movie again because when I bought it, I was
You'd
like,
like it. It's a
what
good
the F?
like Sunday film. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I gotta watch it again. My favorite
Yeah.
movie is Fight Club.
Fight Club.
I love
I
that movie.
recently watched that as an adult. Love it.
See,
I always stand it, obviously, because Fight Club. I don't even
Yeah.
have to watch it.
It's all
But
about, you know what I'm saying? Like it's
what
the
a good
male
movie.
tension. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Like
my gosh.
it's all of what's built up inside of a guy, and it's just manifesting itself through these characters. You know what I'm saying? Like the movie it wasn't even proclaimed like to be great when it was in the theaters, but then it gained
Right.
like a cult following, and like it just became, there's graphic novels. There's a Fight Club 2.
Oh
And
really?
yeah, and then there's supposed to be another graphic novel, Fight Club 3. Yeah, that's how much I love it. It's a fantastic movie. But
It's an
anyway,
awesome movie.
yeah, love it. But wow. Okay, so the El Cuco, we not messing with that, but I will watch the movie again. And I'm also gonna finish The Outsiders now because I need some shows because all of my shows, is going. Well, Walking Dead just started, so I'm gonna watch
And
that.
Westworld, hello.
And Westworld is coming back. Better Call Saul is back.
I still have to catch up on Curb. I felt so bad because I moved, so I was like,
See, you mentioned that. I never watched that show.
what? Oh my god. Definitely like the last 3 seasons, though.
'Cause it came back.
Just limit yourself to like the last 3.
Don't
2 even.
don't limit myself or do.
No, do. I'm saving you
So
from like, oh, I should watch it from the beginning. That point when you like start a new show.
yeah.
I'm
So
saving
watch
you
them
that.
up to the last 2,
Yeah, start with like the last 2, maybe the last 3.
and then watch the new ones. Cause it came back, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm including the current one.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, well, I mean, I think this was a fantastic conversation, and we only been talking for like 1 hour and 19 minutes.
What? It's about to be
Well, yeah, you don't got to say your time frame, but yeah, it's about to be
No, I was gonna say 120. That's my birthday. So I was like, oh, it's about to be my birthday. I'm
120.
a numbers person.
I'm I just looked up my numbers.
When you told me you're right, I said that's a good birthday.
See, you did, and you know what my number is, which was always my favorite number. It's 3.
See,
My
and my
numerology
birthday is
number,
3.
and then 2 and 1. 2 and 1.
It's 3. Look at
See,
us.
look at that. That's what I'm talking about. See, that's why. See, I don't. I don't necessarily hit random people up.
This is so random.
It's random,
It's
but it's
nice to speak
not.
to you.
No, it's when there is a connection. There's a connection. Period.
Yeah,
Like
told you.
you
I
cannot
started us out saying that.
exactly you cannot fight it, right? You can't. You know what I mean? So, like, I remember my best friend's wife, and like we said sauce a lot this time in this episode too. Um,
We did.
both of us did. So I have another podcast called The Dippin' Sauce, and we only done 4 episodes, which really sucks because that
Oh,
one
you have to take like some sound bites from me because I'm pretty sure I was like, that's saucy.
exactly that's one of my words, like for real, right? And so I do it with my best friend's wife, and like she
I
doesn't like
do
her
it with my
voice.
best friend's wife.
That is
Awesome.
not a soundbite. Take that back.
That is.
Take that back. We're not
I
incorporating that
do
in
it with
there
my best friend's
because
wife.
you made me
Carry on.
forget my point. But but no. So yeah, like I really did forget what my point was going to be for bringing up the dipping sauce. Besides the fact that we always say that. But no, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So at the end of each episode, I like to bring up a mythological creature. I don't know
Oh
where
my
it came
gosh.
from, but I
Okay.
like to do that. So yeah, we've talked about a few so far or whatever, but I want to continue that one too. So maybe one day, you could be on the dipping sauce too.
Oh no, we will definitely talk about
'Cause-
mythology. I just told you.
yeah, cause that one's
And I
more
was like, I
random.
almost didn't want to stop. Like, oh my, I love mythology.
Oh, we could
And like,
go.
I just realized, like, I was like, hold up, like, you love this, but like, you don't know where. It was just so interesting to find out like where each person came from.
Yeah,
And then like, hello, Zeus gave birth to what's her name out of his head?
Zeus gave what's it?
Birth to his daughter out of his head because he tried to eat her because him and his wife they had 7 kids anyway. It's a whole
See,
it's a whole drama in the sky. He had like 7 kids. He ate them because he didn't want. He had heard that one was going to grow up and be stronger than him, so he ate them.
oh my
No,
god.
he burned them. And then somebody got pregnant, and he ate her quickly and before she was able to be born, or something like that. He ate the mom, something like that, and she ended up like gestating in his belly and being born out of his head.
He came. Oh my gosh. See, I'm not. I like to hear the stories
And
about
that's
like
when they threw what's his name down to earth. They threw him down to earth.
Thor,
And,
not Thor. So I don't
not Thor, Hercules.
Hercules. So I don't really know about a lot of Greek mythology. You could definitely be my tutor, but so I like to know. Like my son, he talks about it and stuff like that. From school and stuff. But
Yeah.
so there's this song by this band that I love so much called the Decemberists. They're a band out of I believe Oregon, and so they have this song, and I'll text it to you too if you don't remember. But there's a song called the Rakes song, and
Uh-huh.
it's basically about this guy who gets into because it's kind of like folk rock, kind of like. So basically, he gets into a relationship with this woman who apparently he loves very much or whatever. But then when she starts having babies, he stops liking her. So he ends up killing all of the kids
Oh my gosh.
because he's like, I really
He
just
wants to love her again.
yes, he just wants her. So that is so, and like I knew like
Wow.
their stories probably come from other, like tales and things like that or whatever. But like from you saying it, like that came to my mind like right away. Like that's amazing. So yeah,
I had a field day, like, and I don't know a lot, but I do love to stargaze. I've seen some amazing skies and like, I don't know, just to know the backstory.
Yeah. Wow. I look at stars sometimes. I wrote a poem about a moon one time. But wow. Okay, so um I think I think that's good. I think we can continue this conversation offline
Yeah.
because we could go on forever about we're not even talking about
That's
relationships and love and cheating and nothing like that no
Oh my
more.
gosh, we just went on a hell of a tangent
No,
and
and I love
literally have
it.
a meme like hot and ready
Like for
talking about I am pretty sure, quote me, it says dating me is like, it was like, and ladies and gentlemen, we're going on a tangent.
wait, what you say?
Sorry.
What is that saying? What is saying that?
What, the meme?
Oh, you just read a meme. Okay, that's what it was.
No, yeah, I was saying I have a meme hot and ready and it says like dating me is like, and then the lady's like, ladies and gentlemen, going on a tangent.
See that? That's what I'm talking about. So, I'm not about to ask you on a date online, but when you come to California, I have to hang out with you one of these
Okay.
days. And even if I mean I don't know where you at right. Well, you told me where you was at, but I'm not gonna say where you're at right now. But if I get a flight out there, I'm not gonna waste that flight.
Don't waste the
I'm
flight.
not. I'm no more wasting flights, and then we're gonna stargaze. We're gonna do some
I can
stargazing.
appreciate that.
All right.
All right.
So,
Well, thank you for having me. This
of
was so much
it
fun.
was definitely some fun, and we'll definitely do a part two. Maybe either a part two or you'll be on the Dip and Sauce podcast. I think you'll love my
Yes.
other co-host. I call her Mainland, but her name is Charmaine. Um,
Oh,
and yeah, so I guess that's it.
all
So
right.
I'm gonna hit you up after this, and I'll probably end up posting this like maybe tonight because I do a Wednesday episode and a Monday episode. But this was definitely fun.
This was.
All
All
right.
right. Deuces, juices.
All right, and as always, this has been another episode of the Dearly Deep Heart Id podcast. And get my book, Novella Noir. Not you. You don't have to buy it. I'll send you one. But okay, I'm gonna hit you in a minute.
Okay.
All right. All right, here I come, Shannon. All right, that was pretty awesome. I'm gonna end this here. And I hope you guys had a fantastic time listening. And as always, once again, love, love, love. This is the Dearly Deep Heart Id podcast. Oh God, it's only 10, so.